welcome to another Podcast Valley Sunday. I am one of your hosts, Chris Paco.
I am the other host, Jeff Cameron.
How's it going, Jeff?
Okay, how about you?
Pretty good, good.
How's these 7 long days been between episodes?
Very good. I've been excited for Dance Monkey Dance.
Same here,
Gotta
man.
say, it's a fun one.
For real.
It's a class act and a class ick.
Yes.
All right, well, let's get right into it.
Right on.
Dance Monkey Dance, directed by James Frawley, back in the saddle.
Yeah, he's still banging him out.
Yeah, I wonder if he's the most directed monkey director.
I think, for sure.
See, I would have thought Rafelson, but he's more producer than director. He doesn't really do as much.
Yeah.
Written by Bernie Orenstein, who's made an appearance before, and aired on December 12th, 1966. All those kids getting their Christmas list ready, full of Monkees stuff. Now it's going to be some dance lessons as well.
Indeed.
So open it up. Peter answers a call on the phone, and the phone's underneath the glass cake thing.
The cake cover, yeah.
Which the laugh track really got a kick out of. And he says he can win a free dance lesson if he answers a question, and it's who is the 8th president of the United States.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know it. The woman on the other end, Mrs. Buntwell, who I thought her name was Mrs. Bodwell, because she has such a killer bod. It's pretty well.
For real.
I honestly thought that's why it was. But then in the write-up I read, it's Buntwell, which is less sexy. She gives him a bunch of hints. They go back and forth a bunch, and then he finally gets it right. And he rushes to the dance studio. But as he gets up, he gets scared by the stuffed monkey that's sitting beside him. Yeah. A classic monkey scare.
Yes.
And so hit the intro. So Peter's dancing with Mrs. Buntwell. Her name's Karen James. I don't know much else about her. She doesn't have a big IMDb thing.
Huh.
Not even a picture. So I don't know.
That's weird.
Yeah. Maybe this is her only thing. A friend of the producer, perhaps.
Maybe, but she's kind of a babe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a curvy 60s babe.
Yep.
Red hair. I'm surprised this is her only thing. She must have been ripped. If you're like, oh, you're going to be in the Monkees. She's like, oh, I get to be a love interest to Davy Jones. It's like, no. You're going to be the receptionist who frauds everybody. So she says to Peter she's never known someone to do so well after only one lesson. And he's like, well, I am pushy. Which is kind of funny. And then he meets Ronaldo, and he runs the Ronaldo A-Go-Go, which I think, is that what it's called?
Ronaldo's Dance A-Go-Go.
Yeah, Ronaldo's Dance A-Go-Go. And that's Hal March. Plays him.
How do you do, Miss Buntwell?
I'm simply wonderful. Another few lessons, you'll be a real tiger.
And so she kind of flirts with Peter, and then he ends up signing something on her back, like puts the contract down on her back, and he signs it. And then Ronaldo calls him a sucker after he leaves.
Yep. Because
Peter just signed a lifetime contract.
Sucker.
Oh, we seem nice.
They're all nice as long as they sign that lifetime contract.
Oh, Peter.
A classic move. So back to the pad, Peter's practicing his dance steps. He's got like the numbered shoes on the floor.
Yep.
He's dancing over them. And Mike asks if he signed anything, and Peter gives him the contract. And they tell him that's a lifetime contract.
With an option for renewal.
Peter tells him just to rip it up. And Mike says it's a legal contract. You can't just rip it up. And Peter then says, well, no court will find me guilty in the world. And then,
here we go.
Pow. Monkees fantasy kind of thing where they're all dressed up in the gowns and wigs.
Yes.
Those white wigs. Mike again, the judge with the gavel.
Put your 18th check mark beside gavel.
Yeah.
Had your Monkees prop and things checklist.
Giving guns a run for its money.
Guns versus gavels. Who you got?
That sounds like an emo band from 2003.
Guns versus gavels.
Yeah.
the criminals versus the justice system.
Exactly.
Man.
That's deep.
You could hear the music in your head.
Yeah, and I want to shut it off.
Click.
Screamy emo screamo.
Screamy emo.
So Micky questions Peter, and then Davy objects, and Mike bops him on the head with the gavel.
Yep.
Says, "Don't do that."
I object, Your Honor. Don't do that.
It's one among their minor catchphrases.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
I think it's coming up more and more now.
Yeah.
I think last time was a Monkey versus Machine with the weird vice president. And so Mike goes on a bonk spree. He hits Peter and Davy like a million times, and then finds Peter guilty.
Tell the court, in my own words, the unhappiness this contract has caused you.
Well,
You hear my
quiet in the court.
My bunk sprees are much different.
Oh, Davy.
Back in reality, Mickey says that he'll get Peter out of it. And he goes to the dance studio and shows up as a lawyer and tries to get Peter out of it.
Well, my client is an eccentric playboy, you see, and he has a strange affliction called ballpointitis. Doesn't need to sign long-term contracts.
When I wrote that down, it doesn't get spell checked. Ballpointitis.
Maybe it's a thing.
Maybe it's a thing. I thought that was weird. And he says that because of this, he signs things that he shouldn't sign, but then he ends up signing himself.
Yeah,
So.
dude.
Ronaldo and Miss Buntwell are a very good frauding duo. They get you on both sides, and
True.
you end up signing for everything. So back at the pad, Peter and Mickey are dancing together to practice. And then Mike takes control of it.
Well, I see now you can't send a boy to do a man's job, a badge. But you can't smart the boy to send a job before.
Mike shows up, and he's the only one. He's like full on making out with Mrs. Buntwell.
Yeah.
Like they're like smooching away.
For real.
The other guys, they bit too soon. Mike held out and got to actually smooch.
Yep,
So, but now, of course, Mike is signed up for the lifetime.
absolutely.
And so he's also practicing back at the pad. And Davey says if they're going to get out of the contract, they need to have someone on the inside. And so he goes to the dance studio and dances for Ronaldo as he just like clicks through different types of music. Very CD like.
Yeah,
Just skips around. And Davey does all these different dances. And it goes on for quite a while.
Slightly different dances for a very long time.
Yeah, it keeps going. I guess they didn't have an interview to fill up the
It's like
the 1
a
minute.
Family Guy style thing where he's clutching his shin for 45 seconds.
Yeah. And it's just, yeah,
Davey dancing is that for like an absurd amount of time.
She's got my jacket.
So then Ronaldo hires Davey,
I like the way you move, kid. Welcome to the staff of Ronaldo's Dance Go-Go.
and he says that he's never taught anyone to dance before. And then Ronaldo tells him, well, his first lesson's in a half hour. So just stop, hop to it. And then Martin Van Buren, who is the 8th president of the United States, he shows up for a dance lesson.
Whoa.
So the Monkees show up for their lessons from Davey, and he starts to show them how to dance, and they're impossible. They can't do anything.
Yeah.
Which leads to Monkees romp number 1 of I'll Be Back Upon My Feet.
For its dancing and feet.
Exactly.
Well played, gang.
Yeah.
Way to select that song.
Yeah. Do I have a song called Teaching the Monkees to Dance?
Or Let's Dance On.
Yeah. At least they sidestepped that trade wreck. I think they knew by now. They're like, this isn't the direction we're going in. So the boys, they're as bullfighters. They're dressed up in tuxes, and they do that walk up the steps. That
Oh,
ends
yes,
up
yes,
in
yes.
the next intro.
Yeah.
They do some like African dancing with bamboo poles. Like they got to step over the poles and stuff.
Yeah.
And then lots of footage of different cultures dancing.
Yes.
Their specific dances and stuff. They dance with handkerchiefs, holding onto handkerchiefs. The Mexican hat dance, where they all just stomp on a hat. Hawaiian hula dancing.
Yes.
And
They're treading on a lot of lines of cultural appropriation at this point.
yeah, I think the one thing that saves it is they show the stock footage of the actual dances.
Yeah.
So it's like them just trying to do these dances.
Yeah.
Rather than them thinking they're doing the dance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. But
It's
in terms of things you might not see
Exactly.
cast of a current TV show doing.
It falls on that. Yeah. You're not going to see Brooklyn Nine-Nine dancing in like grass skirts in Africa or whatever the hell.
It's problematic.
Yeah. And then they're dancing around a fire on the back lot, and then it starts snowing. They get dumped on with snow. I think they're supposed to be doing a Native American rain dance, but they bring snow instead.
Oh, yes.
Because, pale face.
Whoa.
You know, that's not cool. But I am a pale face.
So it makes it okay.
It's okay.
Fine.
You can say the PF word if you're a PF.
Yes, white racial
PS.
slurs are okay forever.
Yeah. Watch your mouth, honky. So back at the dance studio, they say that they could do this every day. And Davey's like,
You must be joking. You know how much it costs for those sets and costumes?
back at the pad, Mike says the dance school has turned into a stone drag, which is one of my favorite Mike
He
lines.
says that. It's kind of a thing he says.
Yeah.
This dancing school thing has really turned into a drag, a stone drag.
Mickey says they need a brilliant idea. So then he it goes into a weird handheld thing, and then he walks like off the set, and you see the camera, and you see the lights, and you see the crew guys.
Yeah, that's a neat part there.
Yeah, and you see like the backdrop of the beach, like outside the window.
Yes.
He walks to the writer's room, which is like a bunch of like Chinese slaves.
Yeah.
There's a guy with a whip.
We're problematic again.
Exactly.
The guy with the whip, yeah, for real.
Whip, yeah.
And,
so that's a. If the other ones were like, ooh, this is, I don't know. This is like, well, I know. This is not good.
This is not cool at all.
This does not work.
Not cool. And it kind of undercuts the coolness of literally walking through the fourth wall that's not even there. And showing you like, which that happened too many shows. Or they're just
I don't think so.
Yeah, they're like showing you the
avant-garde,
how the sausage is made moments. Or like when they're on the Mary Mary a few episodes ago, they were running around the backs of the sets and everything.
Yeah, maybe that's where they're like, ooh, we should show more of this.
It kind of looks neat, and it's fun it's just fun.
Yeah, and it doesn't cost them anything.
And the crew gets the moment on camera.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the
Other
boys
families
kind
are
of like
stoked.
getting the crew involved, it seemed. Because obviously they're hanging out a lot, and if they can give them a little
thrill,
airtime,
airtime.
that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was very cool. And it is like the fly in the yogurt. It's like, well, this is delicious, but then there's the Chinese slaves in the back room that are the writers. And so Mickey tells them they need a fix.
Joke, yeah.
They all type. They give it to him. He's like, this is great. And then he walks back and he's like,
Man, this is terrible. Those guys are really overpaid.
it doesn't look like you're paying those guys.
No.
You have a guy with a whip hanging over them.
Yes.
It's not very good. So Davey says the place is going to be packed with suckers tomorrow because it's like a big recruitment day.
Yeah.
And Peter says, oh, all day. And like, what? It's like all day suckers. He pulls out a big, huge sucker. And this is where Mickey's like, well, it's a little joke about this big.
Little joke about that big.
Yeah.
And that's a reoccurring thing coming up. Their little joke thing. This is the first time it happens. So they're back at the dance studio. Mrs. Buntwell says she's going to stay with the new applicants so they don't cool off. That's what she said. But it's a room full of old ladies.
Yeah.
So I don't know what she could have done. Send in the little Englishman, right? And that's what he says. He goes out there, and she's like, well, no, I should do it. And he's like, no. Mike has something important to talk to her about. And Davey leaves.
Miss Buntwell, you were right about dancing. It's changed my whole life, and I can tell you now, my heart wants you and my soul wants you.
What do you hear from your liver?
Not a whole lot.
Cut to Davey talking to the new recruit, the old ladies, about how great the dance studio is. And then we cut to Mike just chasing Mrs. Buntwell around the office.
Yep.
And it's all out of focus. And it's all madness and terrifying a little bit. And so then Peter comes in dressed in drag again, which he said he hated doing. And Mickey starts berating him in front of all the new applicants.
I'm sorry. I'll be good. I'm really trying.
You don't learn that step by tomorrow, lady, and you'll regret it.
Cut back to Mike. Till he's still telling Hot Stuff Buntwell that he loves her.
I can't sleep at night. I can't eat. I can't drink.
Why not?
Because I don't have no money.
And then go back to Mickey and Peter. And now they're dressed as cavemen.
Yes.
They come in dressed as cavemen.
Because Davey is saying things, and then Mickey and Peter acting out the opposite of what Davey is saying.
Yeah.
Multi-level ruse going on here with a side of sexual harassment.
Yeah, it's 1966 at its finest.
Different times.
Yeah, we're almost through 66, so good thing all sexual harassment in the workplace will be done by then. So the caveman offends some women and they leave. Mike's still chasing Buntwell. Davey tells the women that their instructors are gentlemen, and then Mickey and Peter come back in. Mickey's in drag, and Peter's being awful to her. Just being mean and just not being professional or awesome. Yeah. And then in the office, Mrs. Buntwell's up on the desk, and Ronaldo tells her to get in with the applicant, so she jumps down and splits. And she does a full jump off that desk. It's crazy. And those shoes? Nuts. And those gold sparkly pants.
By the way, it took 5 episodes to get the Monkees in drag again? Is that what happened?
I think so. It's been a while. They've averted it for quite some time.
Yeah, it won't be the last.
No, it'll never be the last. So Mickey's escorting everybody out, but Ronaldo kind of catches him at the door and tells all the ladies to come back in. No, it's going to be fine. Yeah. Tells Buntwell to go get the dancing smoothies.
These guys.
Yeah, it's very weird. And he's like, the dancing smoothies will show you all how to dance. Don't worry about it. So Buntwell goes to get the smoothies, And the Monkees have like a little powwow together when they're all like, rhubarb, rhubarb, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, rhubarb.
Just saying all the words you're supposed to say to not sound like real words.
Yep.
And that's the first time they do this as well, which comes back.
Yep.
So they go to the smoothies, and Mike asks them if they know how to do the Magumba. And they're like, no, how do you do that?
Well, first you raise your left arm, and then you raise your right arm. Okay? This is a stick-up.
More guns.
More guns.
Dun, 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 dun.
And so then they switch places. Now the Monkees are the dancing smoothies. And which leads to Monkey Romp number 2, I'm a Believer, second episode in a row.
Bang.
So they know what side their bread's buttered on right now.
For real.
So it's the Monkees are dancing with the old ladies. Foot to head pan of Mrs. Buntwell. Like a total like, here she is. Like, they take her in.
Yep.
Then Buntwell running from Mike and dancing. The dancing smoothies in their underpants come running out. Ronaldo's dancing with a puppy. The Monkees are teaching the smoothies to dance. The old ladies are dancing and having a blast. There's a beach ball. They're hitting a beach ball around for a little while.
Yeah. The ropes and stuff.
Yeah. And Peter's a broken wind-up doll. And Mickey's got to crank him back up so he starts walking and dancing again. And then the Monkees rip down the banner and then tie them up with it.
Oh, okay.
Right. And that's kind of how they do that. So we cut. Ronaldo's in his office. The Monkees show up. And they say they're here for their dance lessons. And because their contracts are binding. And Ronaldo's like, no, I don't want you to do that. I don't want to teach you anymore. I'll tear up your contracts.
Boom.
And then they say they'll only not show up if he tears up all the contracts. So they run to the filing cabinet and they're all reaching in and ripping out contracts. And at one point, Davey rips one and he punches Mickey right in the face by accident. He gives him a total shot in the face. And it's pretty hilarious. I thought it was hilarious. I love any of those little things that just kind of happen.
So for once, Peter does not get punched in the face.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And they all leave. And then Peter says that he still needs to relearn the box step. And then they kick him out. And that's the end of the episode.
Is that the standard office they keep using for various things?
It probably is. I think, we should do screenshots of them and just see if they all match up. Just bring a different dude and a different curvy, hot 60s girl.
Is it end there? Is there a tune?
No, that's it. It's out.
Out.
Yeah.
Huh.
So that's Dance Monkey Dance.
So once again, figured out how to reduce the supporting cast again to 2 people.
Yep. 2 people, a bunch of old lady extras, and
the
some
hot
dancing
girl,
smoothies.
there's the not quite as evil guy. He's just a dude trying to run a somewhat shady dance business, and his hot coworker, who is the babe of the episode. And that's it. And then it's them and the boys.
And no
a lot of
love
extras,
interests.
and then the dancing smoothies.
Mike pretends to be in love with her just to keep her busy.
Mike has a lust interest. I think. Yeah, it's not a serious
but it's
thing.
not a real thing. But no one falls in love this episode.
Yeah. So Mike has not fallen in love at all yet, has he?
No, neither has Mickey.
Oh, neither has Mickey.
No, just Peter and Davey.
Huh.
I think Davey has more loves than Peter. Something tells me in this series.
It's one of your crazy hunches, Paco?
Yeah.
Yes.
Go get your average up, man. I'm killing you. Killing you in the birds. So, overall thoughts.
It's good. I like this one a lot. It was always fun to watch.
Yeah, it's a good one. I always really love when the Monkees become, I don't know, what I feel they do become like breaking the fourth wall constantly, like making fun of being on television.
Yeah.
And this was the one like going through the door, through the whole set, and you see everything and then coming back. I thought that was really cool.
For sure.
And probably at the time was kind of like, whoa. Probably to see the other side of a set.
Unusual.
Even now, if you see the other side of a set, but like back then for sure, it was like the mystery. And to see like the back, like the window is just a sheet with some painted on it. Probably blew a lot of people's minds.
Oh yeah, like television itself is probably not that old yet. It hasn't been around that long. Like in everybody's houses and stuff. And
That's true.
See how they do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of neat.
Yeah,
for sure.
It definitely shows you like when you do get on a set, say, and you see it. The first thing that hits you is how like, wow, these aren't real walls. They're just like plywood walls and everything's super cheap and just banged together. And you're always kind of like, whoa, man. And there's a lot of lights. There's always way more lights than you think there needs to be, which is crazy. But yeah, no, I also really like this episode just for pretty much the reasons I just talked about.
For real.
Yeah. It's pushing the Monkees towards where I think the Monkees are the most happy being the Monkees.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you can judge the happiness of the Monkees or the length of the Monkees or whatever by Micky's hair and Nesmith's sideburns.
It's true.
The bigger they get, the more independent the Monkees are becoming.
It's true.
And so, yeah, so there's that. Guns in the episode? Yes.
Yes.
And like an actual like stick up, like the Monkees
The
are the
Monkees.
ones.
It's not a ruse anymore. It's a robbery.
Yeah.
It's like they're doing a crime.
Yeah.
These guys are rock and roll badasses.
They really are. They're embracing the badness of them. Highlight of the show for me was when Micky walks through the set. I think that's wicked.
That is very cool.
Anything else for you stick out?
No, it's about it.
And Mrs. Buntwell.
Mrs. Buntwell is delightful.
Because she's not like a little kid.
Right.
She's like a woman, finally. They're dealing with actual...
She's a woman, all right.
Women. Yeah. Her character... And she does a good job with that character, like with the accent. And
The accent.
Yeah, she's funny.
Huffing darts.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the red hair, the gold suit.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Yeah, exactly. That's what Nesmith said, too. Best musical moment. I'm a Believer showing up again is cool. But other than that, I don't know.
Well, I'll be back upon my feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they redo it because it's on. It's the first song on side 2 of Birds of the Bees and the Monkees. But here it is, way back then.
Yeah.
The first season. Because and I think about it, it's like a different.
Yeah, this is like an original mix.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was good to hear that too. That's right. It kind of sneaks through the cracks kind of thing.
Yeah.
And also in romps, it's tricky to have like a cool musical moment. I guess you could go a musical moment if it's non-Monkees related, is when Ronaldo's punching through all those different things, making all those different songs, making Davey dance forever. That's like a little like dance monkey. He's like,
Dance monkey dance.
The monkey is literally just dancing while a guy plays different things. Classic Monkees moment. We have a don't do that.
Yeah.
We have a monkey scare.
Yep.
And we have stone drag and a little joke about this big.
That's a bunch of the.
They're sprinkling them in, like seeing what sticks. And turns out they all stick.
Yeah, a lot of them are sticking. And Peter doing, what did I do something wrong?
Yeah.
Kind of yeah, buddy, you did.
Yeah, the way he says it too.
Did I do something wrong?
I'm afraid you did, old buddy.
Make no bones. Not being mean about it.
No.
Just informing you. You did it wrong. One thing was in the original storyline, the Monkees wax the floor. So when the dancing smoothies come out, they flop all over the place and end up in a big dog pile.
Huh.
So, but then that was probably just way too much work to do. It's like, why don't we just pull guns on them?
Everybody's got guns.
Yeah. You know what solves every problem? Guns.
For real.
And Chinese slavery.
USA.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's all of it essentially. I have no real personal memories with this episode.
No, not specifically. Just Mrs. Buntwell put me through puberty. But other than that,
she's gonna put me through my 40s now. I just saw this again. Yeah, I wonder what she's doing nowadays.
Oh, call her up if you're listening, Mrs. Buntwell.
Yeah, you're 87 or something like that.
It's like all the dogs on the I'm gonna buy me a dog romp. Among your thoughts is like, oh, those dogs are dead.
I literally did think that. Yeah. I was like, even the puppies. Like,
even
man.
the puppies.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, even
and half the monkeys.
As you say, even half the monkeys are hanging out with those dogs in heaven, I guess.
Romping forever.
All monkeys go to heaven.
That's the name of the last episode.
Yeah.
All monkeys go to heaven. Oh my God.
Oh man. Well, it is now time to reach into that Woolhat of Mystery.
Wow. It's time again.
Boom.
Dang. Fan favorite part of every show.
Yep. A lot of unhappy Davey fans though.
Well, you know what? Sing a better song, Jones.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We might get to some of them today. Davey might
Maybe
go up.
There's
this, one for me. Like
there's
I keep
this
saying.
rumored good Monkee song that you're into. And
good Davey song. Not good Monkee song.
Good Davey song. We got to, that's right, it's true.
Well, I guess technically there's two, because there's another one I really like. I'm not just saying there's only 2 Davey songs I like, but there's 2 that I'm like, ooh,
2 you're
I love
looking
this song.
forward to discussing.
Yeah, I'm like, oh man, I love this.
And I
song.
believe it's your turn to pick one. So
Ooh, here we go. Maybe this will be the day.
It could be.
Is it gonna be? What's we gonna be? Where is it? Here we go. Boom. Ooh, shit, this isn't it, but it's a good one. Got Sweet Young Thing.
Hey, that's all right.
Off the first record. It's a highlight Mike song off the first record for sure.
Yeah. It's his cut on side 2, I believe. And it's a good one.
I remember I always liked it because it sounded so frantic. And it's got the fiddle in there.
Yeah, there's a fiddle going on.
Yeah.
I know that something very strange has happened to my brain. I'm either feeling very good or else I am insane.
It's just like, yeah, it's and that driving drum beat too. Like with the drums, does the snare come on the 1 instead of the 3? Like down.
Yeah.
Right? It opens with the snare. It seems.
Snares on everything like bam, 2, 3, 4, bam, bam.
Yeah.
Bam,
It's like
bam, bam.
it's like a doon ta. It's a ta doon ta, which is weird. But no, I do like Sweet Young Thing. A good Nesmith rocker, young Nesmith.
Yeah.
A Woolhat classic.
Woolhat classic. Definitely more of a rock and roll type song.
Yep.
The title gets mentioned in the song, which is, helpful.
Yeah.
Mike probably
And
felt
rare.
like a sellout doing such a move. And
I hate these things.
well, that's a good tune.
Yeah, it's top 20 for me.
You think so?
From what we have, I think.
Oh, boy.
What's number 20? I guess we have to start there.
20. Oh, number 20 is, in a similar vein, The Kind of Girl I Could Love.
Okay.
Right above that is Magnolia Sims.
I'd probably listen to Sweet Young Thing before Magnolia Sims.
Okay, but what about Mommy and Daddy? Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
What about As We Go Along?
Probably no.
Okay.
I'd go under As We Go Along.
Okay, Sweet Young Thing, below As We Go Along, comfortably in the top 20.
Yes.
Sweet Young Thing. Wickas.
Alrighty, so now it's your turn. Reach in there.
Get on in that Woolhat of Mystery.
One thing Mike does mention in the commentary was how the wool hats changed over the years.
Yeah.
Like he had his little wool hat and they got bigger and bigger and they had buttons on them and all this stuff.
Occasionally a blue one.
Yep. He said a red one, but I don't remember a red one.
I don't know.
Was in
Maybe in like a photo shoot or two, but
maybe.
And like I remember seeing toys and stuff that had the red hat.
Weird.
For some reason, like some promotional materials.
To go with Kellogg's? To go with the Kellogg K? Some red hats.
Maybe.
It would go if they had a red hat on top of the K.
Oh, no.
What do we got here?
I'm not sure if this is the Davey song you're looking for. It's off of Pool It, and it's called, in brackets, Owl, and outside of brackets, Love You Forever.
That's the one. No, it is not.
I'll love you this year. I'll love you next year. And then forever.
Love You Forever. From Pool It, sung by Davy Jones.
It's a beating.
What do you think?
Oh, boy. It is, as soon as you hear the first opening piano notes or whatever it is, it feels so 80s.
Yes.
It sounds like everything I've heard in my mom's car when I was a kid. I was like, what is this garbage?
You take a Casio keyboard, press the Liberace setting, and put Davy with it, and this is what we have here. It's again, sometimes there's songs that make you think Davy Jones doesn't know what rock and roll is.
Yeah, man, and there's a lot of lies in this song. You are my first love. You are my last love. You are my forever.
He's talking to someone who's probably never seen the show.
Yeah, he's looking in a mirror.
I think you've gotten to the bottom of it. It says, I'll love you forever. In other brackets, me.
Yeah. Maybe that's his thing. He's like, you said you'd love me forever. I put it in brackets, love. It wasn't for real. You know, it's a song. And
I love forever.
Yeah.
Maybe not you.
Yeah.
Babe.
Yeah. I love the idea of forever, you know. So yeah, this song.
Wow. This is like oof.
I might go an amazing route here, and this might be below DW crotch burn.
Oh wow!
Like I think I could put that song on, like DW.
It finally happened.
Yeah, I could put it on and be like, "Oh God, I hate this." But there's little things maybe that can redeem it. You know what I mean?
Are you talking about Washburn?
Washburn. Like versus this song, versus "I'll Love You Forever." Is that what it's called?
Are you loopy on flu shots?
Maybe.
You're talking good about DW Washburn.
Oh, I'm not talking good. I'm talking like I could tolerate it. It's like, if I'm going to have dinner with Hitler or Stalin, I'll take Stalin, I guess. It's like I don't agree with
comparing Monkee songs to dictators. That's where we're at now.
Yeah, that's where we're at. But honestly, if you have to choose one,
strongly we feel about these Monkee songs at the very bottom of the countdown. So
see, I wonder if that thing I just said would keep me off Saturday Night Live. If I got to go on there like, we made that Hitler Stalin
yeah, man. They hire us to do update, and then this comes out.
This comes up.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you said Stalin. It's obviously Hitler.
Oh.
But no. Out of where do you put this song then?
It's way down there. It's way down there. And I thought we were going to have this discussion about installing the sub basement.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
yeah.
Congratulations, D.W. Washburn. You're no longer at the bottom. We have "Love You Forever" in brackets I''LL at the start from Pullet.
That was I feel like I got to go for a walk now after that song.
It's like the opposite of "I Want to Be Free."
Mm-hmm. As he got older, I guess.
Because, "I Want to Be Free" is like, I don't need no strings to tie me down. "I Love You Forever" is like,
tie me down, babe.
That's it.
Tie me down. Don't let me record this song. Yeah, it's and again, I don't like talking garbage about Davey because I really like Davey.
The songs they put in front of Davey, or I don't know how often he gets to choose them, or who's in charge of these things, but man,
it's something else. It's definitely
something else he should have been singing.
Yeah,
right now.
Yeah, could I sing something else, please?
Oh my God! I think it's your turn again.
My turn.
I believe you are right.
So we have a "Sweet Young Thing" and "I'll Love You Forever" going so far. Wait, no, is that what it's called?
I'll
love you
brackets,
forever.
"Love You Forever,"
Right.
Which, whatever. That's another problem with the song. Yeah. You just call it "Love You Forever,"
or you can call it
"I'll Love You Forever."
Why do you need the brackets?
It just don't put it out there. Like fuck.
Okay, here we go. I got one.
Hit it.
Oh, Words.
Oh, this is a great song.
Yeah.
Don't you know every time I see you smiling, so bad 'cause when I see you I start trying to stop, but there's no denying. Love with you, girl, is just like dying.
I think it's kind of an underrated song.
Yeah, the B-side of Pleasant Valley Sunday.
Oof, that is a solid piece of vinyl.
That's a Micky double side.
Wow.
Yeah.
And especially from this era, because think of side one of Paco and Jef. He's barely on it. He's like sings with Mike a little, but it's mostly Mike. And but Micky's got the single, and Peters gets a piece of the action as well.
Yeah.
And then there's their lineup in the video on the show when they do the performance thing, and Davey's on the drums and the wind chimes, and Mike's on the bass, and Peters on the guitar. And Micky's got the tambourine and stuff, and it's been talked about that this is, considering their skill levels and what they had experience in, this was the formation they could have used and been like a better band quicker.
Yeah.
And because I guess Davey allegedly knew some drums and stuff.
Yeah, I read that too. That he was like a drummer. But they needed him more in the front.
Yeah, he's little.
He's very little. And just to have him out dancing around.
Yeah. But like, in terms of musical ability, this is like it's quite a lineup.
Yeah, it's a cool song.
Yes,
and it's got that on Missing Links Volume 2. It has the backwards tape part, the hold on to your seats part.
Words with lies inside, but small enough to hide till you play what's the rule. Words that
It says it in that liner notes, like, hold on to your seats, a backwards tape loop.
Oh, yes.
And you just hear the...
It's a fucking 3/4 of a second.
Yeah.
Of backwards music.
Good thing they warn you, though.
Yeah, my seat.
That'll throw you out of your seat.
Right out.
I hear that, like, fighter pilots play that when they have to eject.
Uh-huh.
Right out of their seats. So, yeah, where do you feel words can fit in with what we got here?
I think it's up there.
Yeah.
It's really good. And I think I remember, it must have been the box set when I think Boyce and Hart, I think it's a Boyce and Hart song, right?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And they talk about getting a fan letter. And the fan letter opens up, big letters at the top, words. Words can't describe what you guys mean to me and how you guys make me feel with your music or when I met you. I forget the context of it, but having words, big letters on it, inspired them to write this song.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Boys and Heart, eh?
Like, this is a top 20 joint, I think.
100%.
Right now, Magnolia Sims is number 20. I think we could put it above that.
above that. I go above Mommy and Daddy.
Above Mommy and Daddy. Then we got Sweet Young Thing.
I'd go above it, I'd say.
Then we're at As We Go Along. Above that. Or it's because then we're up to Me and Magdalena in Dream World and Oh My My coming up next.
Oof.
It's tough. It's tough.
Was it Me and Magdalena and then which story?
Dream World.
Might fit in there nicely.
Right between Dream World and Me and Magdalena, we got
Words
That Never Were True. Cool. There.
And I definitely remember too hearing that from the box set, and that was one of the ones that stuck out as well.
Yeah.
Like you go back and like, oh yeah, that was a good one. I guess the time was like almost all of them. I liked everything so much.
It's true. It's true.
All right, so there we go. Boom.
Right on. And in case you forgot, because I don't think we've mentioned it lately, our top 5, way up at the top of the list, is number 5 is You Just May Be the One. Number 4, Listen to the Band. Number 3, Circle Sky. Number 2, Pleasant Valley Sunday. And number 1, long title, Do I Have to Do This All Over Again?
It's getting harder and harder to crack that top 5.
It is. But I think there's still a few more
Oh yeah,
heavy hitters
still coming up.
Find their way up there.
Yeah, definitely. Sweet, everyone. Well, thanks a lot. You can always check out the entire list on our Facebook page. You can tell us what you think of it. Tell us where you would put songs. Start your own thing. And let us know, would you be down if we started a Spotify playlist, adding 3 songs every week?
That'd be pretty cool.
And we'll add them in the order. So one day you're like, I want to hear this in their order. You'll start at the garbage bottom.
I'll love you this year.
And move your way up to the longest title. So I think that'd be fun. But let us know what you think of that.
We'll love you forever if you drop us a line here at Podcast Valley Sunday.
Yes. Good seg you.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. We'll see you next week where we're doing a very special episode where we're going to be watching the episode and commenting on it as it's rolling. So that, maybe that's going to be fun. Maybe it's going to be way awesome. And then that's all we're going to do from here on out.
Maybe it'll suck and this will be false.
Yeah,
we're just going to do a normal episode.
Yeah, maybe we're Micky at badminton and it's going to be horrible. All right, y'all. We'll see you next week. From me, Paco.
And me, Jeff.
Have yourself a monkey. So I fucked it up.
Monkey Valley Sunday?
I say a Pleasant Valley monkey.
That'll do.
Have yourself a Monkey Valley. Wait, I screwed it up again. Have yourself a monkey little evening.
Nailed it.
Hey Monkees fans, if you like what you're hearing, you can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. They're all at Podcast Valley Sunday. We'd love to hear from you. Also on our Facebook group, we'll be updating the countdown every week, so you can keep up to date with that. And if you can rate us, please rate us, but be nice. We're thin-skinned.